Over the centuries, humankind has had a dream. What if running was faster? What if you could take the weight off your joints and turn each thrust of your legs into a heroic leap? Well, it's a bicycle. We ended up with a bicycle. But when the bicycle first appeared in 1818, it was powered by sitting your ass on a beam and scooting along with your legs. In German, it was called a Laufmaschine, a running machine. But pedals, gears, and chains are much more efficient at transferring energy, and once we figured out how to take our feet off the ground, we never went back. Or did we? There are still running machines today. We don't call them that, but there are still devices where the walking motion of your legs against the ground or against pedals pushes you forward. The people who make running machines tend to market them along two different spectra: accessibility tools meant to aid walking, and sick exercise machines for hard body bad dudes only. I also judge them along a safety spectrum. We'll start off with the accessibility tools. The most traditional running machine is the balance bicycle. It's an accessibility tool, it's safe as hell, it's great. This is the Alinker. It's an accessibility device designed to help people with movement disabilities preserve their movement strength. It supports your weight, your head is elevated, and the two wheels up front keep you completely stable. I think its industrial design is really elegant and fun. It's basically just a more stable balance bike, so it's chill as hell. This is the Bionic Runner. It is a defunct Kickstarter product. It was designed to let people run without impact fatigue to avoid injury. It was basically an elliptical cross with a bike. But its inventors made a lot of health claims about how it was going to make you really tough and strong in a way that running and biking wouldn't. They claimed that it's categorically better than biking because it's way the fuck more exhausting to use than a bicycle. Anyway, here's the score. Unfortunately, none of us will ever get a chance to try this one out. It was recalled because its pedals would fly off at speed, so it will kill you. This is the LapaFit. It is a treadmill e-bike. It claims to amplify 3 miles per hour walking speed to 20. It is the most dangerous looking machine on this list. What happens when you're 20 miles per hour, mid-stride, with one foot on the treadmill, and a car whips in front of you and you have to brake? You're gonna fly off. Here's the staff, I guess. Their website makes so many claims about health and eco-friendliness, but there is no person on earth for whom this is safer than a bike at 20 miles per hour. This is my score, it's fucking stupid. This is the Elliptigo. It's an elliptical like the Bionic Runner. The company also claims that it's got better exercise because it's more difficult. But the big difference is that these guys are obsessed with the idea that bikes are bad because they bump your balls. The Elliptigo website is full of medical studies which prove the Elliptigo is superior to bikes. And they've also got this interview with a urologist who thinks bikes should be outlawed. And I think Brendan and I actually might have seen this guy here in real life in LA at a bike ride we did. We saw an elderly man on an Elliptigo, completely covered in Elliptigo merch, who looked quite a lot like this guy. He was surrounded by hundreds of bikes, and I kept thinking, is this the guy who thinks bikes should be illegal? I have no picture, so I have no evidence, but I'm pretty sure the anti-bike urologist was at the firecracker ride in February, and that's what I choose to believe. I have no evidence this bike is unsafe, and I guess I have to give it credit for accessibility, for its concern over balls, but it's definitely the most macho device on this list. The final running machine I'll leave you with is the Fliz. This is a concept bike made by a group of German engineering students in 2012. I think they only made one. It suspends the rider's body below the top bar on a 5-point belt system and lets them reach the ground with their feet. But it also has road bike wheels, and you can pick up your feet and glide, and I gotta say, it's goofy, but it looks fun, and it looks pretty safe too. It has front and rear disc brakes. This is the dream of the running machine to me. I like biking, but if I had to scoot with my feet, this is the one that I would choose. It's fucked up bike futurism, and it kind of helps me understand how rolling along on a beam was futuristic for people once too. With the popularization of e-bikes, we're currently living in a time of bike futurism again, and people are fucking with the form factor and utility of bikes all the time now. And maybe some of the e-bikes you see on the street today will be dead ends 20 years from now. Because of the climate crisis, personal transportation is about to change so profoundly. And your relationship to cars and rail and buses and bikes is going to transform over the next decade. And I don't mean you're all going to necessarily be using EVs. You might just choose to ditch your car entirely. And I hope that if you do, the world of bikes is still futuristic and weird enough that it gets you excited. Because bikes are fucked, they got no rules, and they never have, and anyone can make a weird bike and get away with it, and I think that's marvelous, the end.